Welcome back to another episode of Cappuccino Chat. This time we're talking about, is Russia trying to attack you? And are they actively doing it right now? So this time we're talking about Russia. Unfortunately, they're in the news again. So we've all seen in the news as of late with the war in Ukraine. But what you may not have been seeing as much of is the fact that Russia, about 2 weeks before the war started, really started stepping up their cyber attacks. Now, it's primarily targeted against our infrastructure, big corporations, those that they see as helping the Ukrainians, but they are going after everyone. And the question I always get when I bring this stuff up is, no one's trying to attack my little business. No one's trying to attack me personally. And in a way, you're correct. What I mean by that is they're not going and choosing you to just waking up today and say, you know what, I'm going to go after them today and I'm going to put all my might behind it. But what they're doing is they're targeting everyone. Because if you think about it, the easiest way to attack our infrastructure and these big corporations is to go after their employees. So everyone is all over social media all the time, giving away way too much details, in my opinion, about their personal and private lives, their pets, their kids, their vacations. It's just, we're giving away a lot of information that those security questions, when it comes to your identity, end up asking, and a little bit of, going on Facebook, they can get a hold of that stuff. So be very careful with that. But again, these corporations that are being specifically targeted, again, with people's social media or they might mention where they work. So let's say someone's going after Boeing, right? So military applications there. They may look on social media and find, people that say Boeing in where they work. Well, now they can go off and specifically target them and others that they might know. So again, they're going to cast a wide net out there. And unfortunately, we're all caught up in a lot of that. You know people that then know people that then know people. So again, they might have to go lower down on the ladder in order to get up and where they want to go. So they'll target people for their private email addresses, social media, and their work stuff, of course. Get the users to do something they normally wouldn't do, maybe let their guard down at home or at their business, right? And then because you're a relative of so-and-so, once they get you, they get into your email, send an email to that person with something attached and a way to go in. Now they attack their personal home equipment. That home equipment then gets them into where they're going. So let you into the world of a hacker a little bit in the way they think. They think really big picture and what's the easiest way in. They're not going to walk into Boeing and just walk through the front door, get in there, plug into a computer and that kind of stuff. They've got to figure out ways to get around all that. And the easiest way to do that is with people. When that happens, we're all caught up in it. And that's what they really go after, right? They're going to put 1 million emails out because they only know, 0.05% of the people are going to click on the email and open it. Well, when you look at the numbers, that will net them enough of a profit and they can go after it. So we want to make sure that people are not low-hanging fruit, that we're doing the minimum so that you're not caught up in this stuff. Two-factor is a prime example. Is two-factor perfect? No, it is not. But when these guys try to attack you and get your password and try to get into your email and they're stopped by two-factor authentication, they will move on to somebody else who hasn't done it. You're no longer worth their time because now they're spending too much time trying to get in there unless you are being specifically targeted, and then they will spend the time. Most of us are not in that category. So again, do what needs to be done to make sure you are not low-hanging fruit. Two-factor authentication is one of them. Cyber training for your employees so they can spot these things. Definitely something you want to do. Take a look at all your cyber insurance questionnaires that you get every year when you go to renew your cyber insurance. If you don't have cyber insurance, please look into that immediately and look at getting that extra coverage for it. It's one of those insurances, just like everything else we have, automotive and health. You hope you never need it, but you're sure glad you have it when it's there. So these questionnaires are coming out and they're getting longer and longer, more in depth. Every time you answer no to a question, do you have two-factor authentication enabled? No. Your price just went up. Do you have end user security training for your employees? No, price just went up. Those are the things. So look at your questionnaires. That's going to kind of tell you the things that is going on in cybersecurity. And those are the minimum standards. Our minimum standards now are being raised every day because of these attacks and what's going on in the cyber world. Every time we find a way to kind of stop them and slow them down, they find a way to get around things. So we have to constantly be keeping pace with those things. Cyber insurance is definitely a good way of doing it, but that is way after the fact. The damage is done. Most of our small businesses probably will not recover after having to take action like that. Our clients aren't going to, trust us anymore. They're not going to want to do business with us. So we got to be very, very careful with that and do what we can to protect you before it happens. So, is Russia attacking you? Directly? No. Indirectly? Absolutely, every day and every minute of it. So we have to do what is needed. If you'd like someone to perform a cyber audit on your business, if you're one of our clients, we're already taking care of you, but I'm glad to talk to you about it. There's always more we can do. If you are worried about something, if you get that cyber insurance questionnaire and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm answering no to most of these things, let's talk. It may not be as expensive as you think it is to add those protections so that you never have to worry about opening that cyber claim. Because again, that is way after the fact. There's a lot of prevention we can be doing to ensure that you never have to use that policy. Just like going to the emergency room. You're glad you got your medical insurance when you need it, but you pray to God every day that you don't have to take you or your family members to the emergency room. So, as always, if you have any questions or you'd like to have a cybersecurity audit performed on your business, please reach out to us, 760-770-5200.